okayfm 101.7.
Oh, Casa Charlotte, was foundation of marriage.
Yeah, I want everyone to be and tell me. Say, when we say marriage, the reason why a crash in marriage, one, the kind of people we choose as our life partners. Where one of the biggest mistakes we make. If yafa Kofi, you can also take Kofi. Obia are different people altogether. But I beg me compare marriage with the people of Israel. Now, I share the process getting to the promised land. Because if the foundation is built right, then the end of the building is going to be perfect. Before you be able to build your foundation, when it comes to marriage, you need to build yourself first. You need to ask yourself, what is the encounter you have? Who can Bible more? Our Exodus chapter 122. When the Lord wanted to help the people of Israel, he needed to bring somebody to come to the land of Egypt, to come and learn the things at Egypt. If you want to build your marriage, you personally need to build yourself. Know who you are, what you can take, and the things you cannot take. Abeku, marriage is not unfair. Marriage is not I have shape. Marriage is not education. Marriage is not I have PhD. No, marriage is built on God and encounter with God. You see, the Savior and Anipana wasn't original Israel for. They have been praying for years. But there had to be a savior, and that savior was also threatened. And you see, what Exodus. But yes, no. Then he didn't call Babia. He can be located. So the question is that where were you hidden? And who is helping you to bring you to the place where you shall be located? It's very important. These are all part of the foundation to build you up. Then you have the courage to stand with God and fight the battles ahead. Because Moses wasn't Moses if God had not built Moses. There were threats to kill Moses. The mother hit the baby because we say so the question I want to ask is that are you aware of what you carry? If you are not aware, that is when you allow any man to come into your life. You open your legs for them to sleep with you. We don't check who we are sleeping with. We don't check who we call as our wives. You don't know their background. Who took care of them? If the background is not right, I'm telling you, the marriage will be crashing. But look at the process where Moses was taken. And then for God to build Moses for the journey ahead, he had an encounter to meet God in the flame of fire in the bush. Then God told Moses, Moses, I'm going to take you on the journey. If you are not prepared well, you can't go on the journey. And the marriage journey is not me, it's not me educated, it's not I have the money. You need to psych yourself spiritually and physically, find where you are in God. But nowadays, we marry because me shape, my high 2-bedroom. I think I'm okay to marry. Please be careful. Marriage is not about me who affair. One, these are some of the mistakes we make. The choices we make, the partners we choose to build our life together with is the problem. When Moses had an encounter with God in the bush, that is where God gave him the mandate. The Moses said, I can't speak because I'm a stamina. Moses used some things that be of any excuses. And God told him, I'm going to release a prophet for you. The question is, the marriage you are going to go on that journey, who is your prophet? Who is helping you to live it spiritually? And then we marry on our own. It's in 1-2 years we are breaking marriage because even the foundation that was supposed to be built, the training you had to go through, we didn't go through it. So by all means, it will collapse. So if you choose a partner today, and you tell me the partner is okay for because Sika and I will choose dia abeku, marriages will continue to collapse because the foundation shouldn't be based on the whole affair. It should be based on the background of the person, how prepared they are spiritually. Then when Moses had an encounter with God, in that bush or say you will not in Papua, it means that if you want to take the journey of marriage, the old life you were living, you need to reject it and move on with the new life. Now, maybe 35, maybe 40, and the weddings are big and all that. Listen, the wedding doesn't make the marriage. Your beauty doesn't make the marriage. Your money doesn't make the marriage. And then it's a gun. I say you was kapa, but their wives are cheating on their husbands with small boys because the marriage itself never had any foundation.
Boy,
Abeku.
Why now worry about a small boy?
Abeku, your mama was gun has ya. Omukumya ministers, a big kumya software. Omuni small boys neda. So if you think the marriage is all about money, cars,
but a day in the Bema wa ba wa worry bija nikunuachi akofa small boy na sabionenada.
Because that woman herself wasn't prepared for the journey. Abeku, every marriage is God. Ephesians chapter 5, the verse 32. It says marriage is a mystery. And as Christ compares marriage, that's the way Christ compares the church and God. So if you think marriage is all about a we say you are making a mistake. So the partner you choose, one, it's very important when it comes to marriage. Ask yourself, what kind of dream does that partner have? It's also very important. How is the journey going to start with that partner? In the middle of the storms, how are you going to solve the issues? There's a Moses do babia. Now for the do a pokokona no. There was no solution. And the people around Moses said, your money don't in the because he wasn't prepared. They do deal because they have no skills to further the marriage with you. That they go to way or be animal or you're popular. Or baby open in there. Do you know why? Because you are made already. Should in case 10 years come and see and you lose this opportunity, will that woman stay with you? The question is, did the woman set your spiritual background before accepting you? Or did they look at you because of you, what you have today? And they said they don't want to suffer. Big men are gone. I am no command nisika and then I'm bank from him. So if you're going to marry somebody because he has money and is connected, I am telling you, that is not marriage. That is fantasy. You are joking. But the marriage that is based on God, you will see the giants on the promised land. But there are two guys that will tell you, no matter what we see on that journey, we will fight to the end because it is not us that will fight, it is God that will fight. That can be sure young guys be now say me proba what shapes and the guys be Pompey it offers our Pompino you okay obenya ben be a no obi okreska. You may get the man to marry you, but your foundation, where is your foundation? And if there is no foundation, it's easy for it to crash. If you see people preaching, men of God are preaching, they have the oil, but they are still sleeping with the ushers in the church because their foundation is not based on God. They have not been trained. They have no encounter with God in the bush. They didn't take their sandals down to take the journey with God. I don't see my husband to be a man. I see him to be my God. Not because it's too perfect, but my foundation, I built myself on God. That on this journey, my family has a curse. Do I follow the curse or I follow God? If I follow God, I need to go through the process God has told me to go. So when I humble, I'm not humbling because he's too big. No, I humble because I see God in him. So if you're a woman and you don't see this foundation, go through the process. You need to be hidden. I don't know say yes, you won't not yes only when you focus at 12 years. At 12 years, Oba na 3 years he was hidden. So if you are going to get my beku, now maybe I must present this in the and now we are presentable. Somebody you can go anywhere with because
it be per ma koko, it be or per half cash.
Presentable. But the only presenting now or be on the chi on the champion on the presentable. But na come and tell
sir.
I beg you, catch him, sir.
Sir, presenter, radio presenter, TV presenter, actor, actress, Neyire Nikunu, and who fepa, and so I call for a bar now, Bama Tantan.
Do serious or don't know if an inch about the way coach there, but you or don't pardon this year because
it remember be what they are worry. And the chair, and you what the any or more a crampana. Edisie.
Ya onkofo bi amu pema bi botimi na present you before people. But you don't know pano or the next.
Tibema betumi adobi.
Of course.
No the next year.
Easy.
But the yiri na wade na pie no.
No the neji nchia keke. Ale go the neji nchia.
Yo, ayamede.
OKFM 101.7.